What is freaking happening right now? Hi! I'm gonna talk about the perfumes that I've been wearing this fall. My favorite fall perfumes, new additions to my fall collection, samples that I've been playing around with, and everything. Because I owe it to you. I was supposed to do this video, like 3 months ago? And now I'm just trying to get it out before November ends. This is just gonna be more of a farewell style video before I rotate my perfume tray for the winter. I wrote about a lot of these perfumes in my Substack and I went into a lot more detail on them, and it's gonna be in my description too because everything is in the description, always, forever. I don't have time to get too much into the, nitty-gritty on all these perfumes just because there's literally so much. But I'm gonna do my best and I'm gonna put you on just to briefly explain my taste so you understand where I'm at. I really love tea scents, anything spiced, warm, woody, resinous, smoky, you know, all that jazz. But I clearly thrive in the fall. I'm not too crazy about gourmands, but there are definitely some gourmand scents in here. I realize I have a lot of scents this year that are reminiscent of a tea or a latte or a cocktail, so you're gonna get a lot of bevs in here. Get your cozy sweaters on and your cup of tea. And let's talk about it. Let's talk about everything, shall we? First off, this is my perfume tray. This holds all of my in-season bottles on my vanity. The first scent that I talk about could very well be the last scent I talk about in this video because it is one of my favorite juices of all time. I really love her. This is my baby, Gris Charnel. Yeah. This is probably my favorite perfume ever. If I could only wear one perfume for the rest of my life, it would be Gris Charnel. This is a beautiful, spiced, naturally sweet black tea scent. Although it has these sweeter and spiced elements, it's still very airy. I wouldn't say it's a light scent. It floats on the skin. It's so beautiful. This just reminds me of everything I love about the fall. My Mary Janes, my Clinique Black Honey, school. I could really shower in this if it wasn't such an expensive shower. Okay, thanks for watching. There's also an extrait version of her available. This is Gris Charnel extrait, and I only have a 1 milliliter sample of her. The main difference in this is that it has vanilla and patchouli in the base, which are typically notes that hold out longer. I cannot do patchouli. I don't get along with it, and it's tragic. If patchouli doesn't offend you at all, or if you like patchouli, this could be a really fun one to check out. It is just a bit deeper of a scent. To me, it's a bit more rough and rugged just because of the patchouli, but that is also a personal, very subjective experience. So this is an option. I kind of want to continue on with my drink tea scents right now, so that's exactly what I'll do. My second mention, this is Workaholic by Fugazi, which is a newer scent. I got this a little bit over a month ago, within the same day that I smelled it for the first time. So this is one of those perfumes where whoever was on the marketing team, whoever created the note pyramid for this, needs to find a new profession because this is not coffee and flowers. I usually find coffee to be a very prominent and obvious note in fragrance, and so it kind of just turns me off, but I smelled this in store and I was shocked. This smells like more of a dry, woolly, spiced cider kind of drink. It kind of has a honey-like sweetness to it, but again, it's not a smooth scent. It's very woolly and fuzzy, almost staticky. I find it really beautiful. We've been having such a good time, and I think this is a really beautiful scent, so. Next, tea-leaning kind of scent. This is Chai Épice, and I said that wrong definitely. It's probably some like épicé. This is a perfume that I got at Urban Outfitters last year, and I talked about it before, I had a 15 minutes of fame on Twitter with this scent. Yes, I put a lot of people on last year, so I'm bringing her back this year. This is less of a traditionally Indian masala chai and more of a very Americanized chai latte, chai flavored kind of situation. It's a very milky, frothy kind of scent. It's very sweet and it has a spice to it, but it's quickly kind of coated with this cold foam kind of feeling. I really liked layering this with some of my less sweet, more savory spiced scents, or just smoky and spice scents that I'd like to be a bit sweeter. She's really fun and she's really affordable. I think she's worth checking out. My next decant is Remember Me by Joy Petty. This is such a gorgeous, decadent white chamomile tea with some ginger and lemon and topped with a frothy, sweet milk, served in crazy expensive bone china. It's such a lactonic, spiced, multi-dimensional kind of scent. I've been wearing this to study cafes with my friend, just on the daily, staying inside and watching movies, going grocery shopping, just doing very typical human activities, but in fall form. This is my second year with her. I am kind of considering a bigger size of this, but it's really expensive. So if someone wants to buy it for me, hit my line. Serious inquiries only. She's a babe. Now I'm gonna transition from teas to cocktails, so still drinks. This is a newer decant. This is Angel Share on the Rocks, which is, I'm pretty sure, a new flanker from just this year. Signature Angel Share DNA, but just with the more citric, refreshing opening. I kind of struggle with citrus, especially with more fresh citrus scents. But this fall, I've been liking these orange cocktail, old-fashioned kind of vibes. This one is really beautiful, and you can't really go wrong with the Angel Share. Like, everybody knows her. This is her new cousin. I would say in the opening of this, I get a lot more grapefruit than anything else. And you do kind of get a bit of that isochord, but the signature DNA of Angel Share is such a creamy scent with so much depth that the iciness doesn't hold out, but the citrus definitely does hold out. And then the opening just eventually melts into the Angel Share that we all know. Angel Share is just kind of the godfather of fall winter scents, so put some respect on her name. This is another sexy orange scent. This is Idol by Lubin. This is less of a spiced orange and just more of a bold, assured, handsome kind of orange with this dark wood, a bit of a suede kind of foundation. It's not so much of an almost resinous, dynamic woody scent like an oud would be. It's a bit more linear, but it's very kuriepki. Like, it doesn't translate. This just smells like a suit and tie kind of scent, playing pool, and being sexy. A platinum Amex card, that's what it smells like. Yeah, I would say that this is more typically like a more masculine leaning scent, but if I want to smell handsome, I'll smell handsome. Like, what's it to you? I think this is just so beautiful and it's underrated. I don't think I've ever seen anyone talk about it. I smelled it in person at a niche perfume store. I have my eye on a full bottle. It's just expensive. I have two more boozy orange scents. The first one I got just earlier this week, so I don't know her too well, but we're acquainted. This is Soradora's Orchidee Rouge. This is a boozy orange scent with a lot more gourmand type of undertones. This has a very similar DNA to Angel Share, but she dries down a bit lighter. While Angel Share has the praline and the tonka, this one has caramel rum and almond milk to kind of still take it in that sweeter direction, but still with the orange and the rum at the top. Although Angel Share is cognac, this is rum, and it dries down a bit more gourmand, but it kind of lacks the depth that Angel Share has. If you're familiar with the Soradora scents and its gourmand DNA, then you get that here. This is also just a little dabber vial, and I don't always think that that's the most fair way to judge when it's not in its intended form of performance. I sprayed this in store and I got this little sample in store, so I know her a bit better. This is Fugazi's Perfume 1, which is another perfume that doesn't really align with the notes in the fragrance. This is much more of a spiced, boozy orange cocktail to me. On the rocks. Like, this is a very on the rocks type of scent. It's very refreshing, and I would say it's more like Idol than it is like the Angel Share. Maybe one day I'll black out and buy a full bottle of her. The next one I want to talk about is Baby Cat by YSL, which is a perfume that I've seen really hyped up in the fragrance community on Twitter. This reminds me a lot of By the Fireplace in the way that both of the vanillas are more of a vanilla extract kind of vanilla, less sweet and fluffy vanilla. This one is a bit more peppery than it is smoky. It has a bit of smokiness to it, but it is more peppery and edgy. To me, this kind of smells like if By the Fireplace was in EDP or extrait form. She's really gorgeous and a very beast mode performing kind of scent. Lasts incredibly long, incredibly expensive. Again, if you do want to buy me perfumes, don't hesitate to. Another beast mode performing scent, which is also a bit ethically questionable, just because it does come out of the UAE, and I know that Lattafa has been very popular on TikTok, on social media the past couple years maybe, but also Dubai is kind of a hub for modern day slavery, so I would recommend buying this secondhand if you really want to buy it. This is Khamra by Lattafa. This is one of their most popular scents, so I don't feel like it's another scent that I need to really elaborate on. The opening of this really smells like a baked apple pie to me, and it has more of a sweet, resinous, rich dry down. It's a beast mode fragrance. You don't need more than 3 sprays of this unless you're trying to kill people. Speaking of killing people though, be careful where you buy this. You know, not to sound like a libtard, but I care. Yeah. The next perfumes I want to talk about are By the Fireplace and Jazz Club. I don't really know what more there is for me to add to this conversation because these are such popular scents and you probably know them if you have a cologne. These are so beautiful. Jazz Club is just one of my favorite scents of all time. I have my Jazz Club candle. I'm just so addicted to this. For some reason, it kind of, when I smell this, I think of the Aristocats. I don't really know what that correlation is. I haven't watched Aristocats in such a long time, so I'm not sure they even have anything to do with jazz. The name of the scent really just captures the scent profile so well. And By the Fireplace smells like arson. It smells like everything is on fire. It does have smoky kind of undertones, but that's not even the type of fire I'm talking about. I do get a very roasted chestnut kind of accord from the opening, and the sweet like vanilla in this is not so much of an edible yummy vanilla, more of a vanilla extract where it's alcoholic and a bit darker, and you know, it's like, ooh, like she's sweet but she's a little like, I layer By the Fireplace with a lot of other scents. I'll layer these together. You don't have to be niche to be loved at all. The next scent I'm going to talk about is Bois Imperial by Essential Perfumes. This scent is hard to describe because it's so well blended, and it has woody facets, it has very organically sweet facets to it as well. I'm not sure if the sweetness comes from the basil note in this. Looking at the notes of this, I'm not understanding what I'm smelling. Like it's so well blended that I actually don't know. Like sometimes I smell a perfume and it just smells good. Like this is that. Such a beautiful, well-rounded, around the clock, around the year, honestly, kind of scent. I really want a full bottle of this. Sandalwood Musk is not necessarily such a fall-centered scent, but I do prefer wearing this from about the time it gets cold into the spring. It's just a very dry sandalwood scent, and that's something that I personally really love. So if you like a bit of woodiness, this could be something that you like. This is also a nice bedtime scent or just something light and soft. If you're feeling casual or naked, she is a vibe though. I like to layer her. This is one of my favorite scents of all time, and I'm pretty sure you can get this for like $20 at Ulta. This is just the most nostalgic, homey, comforting scent ever. This is a scent that I love to put on and smell myself and just feel loved. This is also a good base to layer with. It's very linear, but it just smells like everybody that you love in a bottle. It smells like little kittens and bunnies and everything good in this world. Except not everything, because the only note in this is amber. I do want to emphasize the beauty of this scent though. It's so good. I have two scents from Sourcé that have really made an impression on me. If you're not familiar with Sourcé, then you need to log off and log on to the Sourcé website and you can get familiar. If you like gourmand scents especially, Sourcé is definitely the place to be, the perfumes to be wearing. They're very gourmand oriented, and two of their scents I find especially to be fitting for the fall. I placed an order on their special order, which included some samples of Snow Magic and other more fall oriented scents, so I don't have those to talk about here, but they'll potentially be in the winter selection. These two though are Vampire Wife and the Ghost Wants Birthday Cake. Vampire Wife is a very fluffy, powdery, lightly sweet wedding cake kind of dry down with a very tart, citric, vibrant opening of blood orange. This really does smell like dusting off an old coffin. Just the progression of the scent is so beautiful, and again, I wouldn't consider myself to be so gourmand oriented, but this is really beautiful to me, and I think I want a bigger size of this. Sourcé, honey. Enough begging. The Ghost Wants Birthday Cake is a very Georgia peach, cinnamon spiced peach cobbler scent. What's that one video? What's the... May you like my peach cobbler?
How that peach cobbler tasting?
It's alright. I had better at the school cafeteria.
This doesn't taste like school lunch or whatever the hell he was talking about. This is so... ugh. I love this. It's so fluffy and you just get so much of the croissant, pastry, bready kind of elements to this, which I really love, and it's just, it smells baked. It smells really homey and comforting. This is what I imagine Southern charm to be. Like, if I was, or if the South were to charm me, this is probably one of the only ways that they could do it. Like, Thin Wild Mercury's Girl of the Year is a perfume that I've kind of done a 180 with. Maybe like a 150 because I'm not all the way there yet, but when I first got this, it really smelled like tobacco jewel pods to me. I was like, I was kind of taken aback, but that was on paper. Smelling her on my skin, it goes from such a sweet, smooth tobacco to more smoky elements on my skin, and it has more of a powdery dry down to it. I really want to try a lot more of the Thin Wild Mercury scents. I play around with the fantasy notes that I really love. The note pyramid for this is insane. It's beautiful. So I'm still kind of patching things up with her, but we're on a really good path. Filthy Musk by Born to Stand Out is another scent that I've been getting to know this fall. It's a very plush, pillowy, musky, almost animalic kind of opening with a bit of pineapple, so it kind of just, it adds a bit of like a vibrant sweetness, but it's not so summery and tropical. The progression of this scent is really slow. She really takes her time, which I love it when the top notes don't just kind of come in for 5 minutes and then go. She's not really in a rush to be anywhere. The dry down is much more of a condensed, smooth caramel kind of scent. It's kind of a gourmand in disguise. The dry down of this really reminds me of a Bianco latte kind of scent, so if you're interested in something a bit more dimensional, dynamic, because I know when you're in the gourmand bubble, girl, it's hard to get out, but when you do, starting off with something like Filthy Musk it's a really good start, and it kind of just opens your options a bit. She's been fun, and my coworkers really like her. Some additional credibility. This Soufflot by Miller Harris is another scent that I've taken my notes. We've gotten pretty familiar. This is definitely more of a syrupy, sweet, a bit nutty of a scent. It has more of a sticky tobacco kind of feeling to it. There is a bit of spice with, I'm pretty sure, what is cinnamon leaf? It doesn't fully take on the spicy notes. This is definitely a sweeter leaning scent. I've kind of decided that this isn't a perfume that I would commit to just because it is a bit too gourmand for my liking, but I did want to mention it because I think it is a well done scent and it's definitely for somebody out there. So Soufflot. Next scent in one of my sample cups. I'm not going to talk about her because she's ran through. This is Baccarat Rouge. This is just the EDP. I have a sample of the extrait, but I think it's a bit too almond leaning for my liking. A lot of bitches want to be her. Last but not least, this is Blood Spider Orchid by Regime de Fleurs. In my Substack, I described this as a toasted slice of cinnamon bread, and I'm still kind of running with that. This smells like an introverted spice. This smells like wearing all white and no makeup, but then you're reading smut. Like, this is that kind of like, oh, that kind of introverted spice. If you've ever smelled the Regime de Fleurs scents, you would know their fragrance DNA is typically quieter. Their fragrances are a bit more intimate. I can still smell them after a while. I just have to get close to the skin to smell them. She's definitely been a vibe though, and I think I'm gonna take her into the winter with me to continue kind of getting to know, because I really do admire the Regime de Fleurs house and I would like to own a bottle someday. A dish that I have next to my fall perfume tray is some newer samples, which I'm still playing around with, getting to know. All of these are pine wort samples. 4 of the pine wort samples that I've tried, I'm already somewhat addicted to. I ordered another set of samples from this site, so I'm not going to talk about these here. I think I'll do a whole separate video dedicated to pine wort. I'm definitely going to do a Substack on it. One of them I already ordered a bigger size of. Yeah, be on the lookout for a video dedicated to pine wort because that's coming. If not a video, then a Substack, but I'm really gonna try the video. And that's it. We've done it. Was this so hard, kitty? Like, you really couldn't have got this out any earlier. This was such a vibe. And now you get to see my final perfume tray setup. I really hope I put you onto something today, and if not perfumes, then myself. Hopefully you will follow me. You want to follow me so bad. Again, I have some more to say on my Substack, and I'm going to be back on here. I'm going to hold myself accountable really quick and let you know what I have in the plans so that I possibly further commit to them. Today's November 22nd, so I hope to get this video out around Thanksgiving or before December. In December though, beginning of the month, I'm going to New York. I'll be at Scent Explore, the perfume convention. Whether it's me vlogging there or if it's me just talking about if I bought anything there, if I've discovered anything new that I really like, we're gonna talk about it. And yeah, I'll just be in New York, so maybe just more New York stuff. I'm going to Mexico again, which I vlogged last year. I'll potentially vlog it this year. I'll do some winter perfume videos. If not YouTube, then TikTok. If not TikTok, then Substack. Just keep up with those 3 potentially. We shall meet again.